Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm giving you update number 3 to my project planning. If you want to see what progress I've made over this last month, then just stay tuned. All right, you guys, so I'm excited to share my next update with you. I will start off with empties that I did complete. So I did complete the tattoo liner. If you saw my empties video, you would have noticed this was in my empties. So I completed the tattoo liner in Trooper Black. And I did complete my Cover FX foundation in G80. So I'm excited about that. It is gone. So what I decided to do to still have a foundation is here in this one is to add my Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear in the shade 460 Suede W to here. I've been also using this one already anyway, so I can't tell how much is in here, and if I can, I kept knocking it down to see if I can see the line, but I've used it quite a bit, so I know, I don't know exactly how much is left in there, so we'll see if I can figure it out. I held it up to the light, but I couldn't tell where it is, but anyways, I'm going to be putting this in there since I emptied the Cover FX in there. So I just want to go ahead and continue using that one and finishing it up as well. But those are the empties that's in the video. So let's get down to now the progress that I've made into the other items. So like I always say before, I normally do my eyebrows first when I'm doing my makeup. So the Gimme Brow, this thing is still going. You can't even see the number anymore, but I mean, every time I pull it out, it still has quite a bit stuff on there, and it's been going strong. So still continuing to use that one. Let's see here. I got my notes in front of me, you guys, so if you see me kind of looking off a little bit, that is why. But I used this an additional 25 times. So it has brought my total to 46. So still going strong with my Gimme Brow. And then my KVD liner in medium brown. You can see that I've got quite the little dip going in there. But my KVD brow pomade, I've used additional 25 times. So that is 49 now as the total for that. And then after I do my brows, I normally do my eyes. So my Marc Jacobs Undercover Eye Primer. I do not have a new marking on this because I decided to give this one a rest since I hadn't been using the other one. So the Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set in Deep. I've been utilizing this shade quite heavily in there. So this one has been used 25 times. So, and I mean, you can look at the dip in here and you can tell it's got a slight dip going, but that thing is not budging much. So this is going to take some time to get through, and that's only on one shade. I have not utilized the powder in here at all, so I do not know how this powder, it feels very thin, so it should be a good powder. I just haven't utilized it yet because I'm still trying to work through the other powders. But that is the eye primer. And then concealer wise, you guys, I probably use this once or twice, the Pretty Vulgar one, but it's not enough to make it budge on here in the Too Faced one. So I didn't do a new marking on here because to me, when I held it up, it's like still kind of there, so I didn't bother. So those are the concealers. And then the eyes, the Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow in Ultraviolet. I did not get any use out of this one. I figure I'll get more use out of it as the month come along, but I have not utilized that one. And the sequins, I've used each of these Glam Noir and the Amethyst ones once. So continually getting used to these. Now, my onesies is what I call these. I had a 10 usage goal, so I got this up to 3 now and the other one up to 3. So far I'm on track for the year. The rose one, I used an additional 3 times. I'm quickly finding that I love this one quite a bit. Show you what that looks like again to remind you. But that one, I've used several times, got compliments on it several times. It's a beautiful shade. The Pat McGrath Chartreuse one here, liquid onesie, I haven't used that one at all. And then the Twilight Platinum, I have used once. So both of the Sydney Grace ones in Flamethrower and in Dragonfly, I did not get around to using these this time around. So they're still on here. And now let's go to my actual palettes. The Charlotte Tilbury Pops palette. That's what this one looks like right now. I've been using these 3 here very heavily. Used this only a couple of times, but so far I got additional 4 usages on this one. So that brings my total to 9, and I just wanted to hit pan on at least one of these shades. So far so good. Been enjoying that. That's actually on my eyes today, if you want to see that. This and the Bambi palette is on my eyes today. So that's that one. And then the Natasha Denona Mini Lila. I've used this one an additional 2 times. So that brings my total to 6. And then the Cranberry palette. I used this one an additional 2 times. So that brings it to 8. And these was the ones that I wanted to use at least 15 times. All right, the Tom Ford Milieu palette. I used this one more time. So this total now is at, let's see, 7. And then my Artist Couture palette, you guys already know that I hit pan on this. I mean, not hit pan, but I already reached my usage goal in it. But I said I was not going to take it out. I would use it as I would like to use it. I used it two more times, so it's 18 on here now. And then the Viseart Milieu palette here, I've used this one an additional 3 times, bringing a total to 9. And I told you guys that the regular one that I was in the last video that I was thinking about giving it to a family member because I received a duplicate in my Beautylish box. Well, I did pass it along. So that one is no longer part of the thing. I had reached my usage goal that I wanted to use for it. So it's decluttered from my collection and moved on to a family member. So let's move along then to my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette number 10. That's what that one looks like. And this one, I've used a total of 3 more times, bringing it to 10. And these ones still was 15 usage goals on these. And then the Pat McGrath 4 Decadence palette. Mine has the special packaging from the Star Wars collection. But this one, I used an additional 2 times, bringing a total to 8. And then my Z palettes here. My purple Z palette, I used an additional 2 times, so that brings it to 9. Now the Z palettes, I wanted to use at least 20 times. So now we're at 9 on this one. And then my Z palette that I have from Sydney Grace that has my green neutral shades in here. I've used this one an additional 2 times, bringing a total to 5. So that is all the eyeshadow palettes. Tattoo liner from KVD, the Max Brown. I've used this a couple of more times, so continually to use that one, and that one is not finished yet. And then my primers. This one is, last time I told you guys it was up here, now it's down here. So the Milani primer. So it's almost done, you guys. And then the Farsali primer. If you could tell, it's here now. So this was last month. It's here now. Primer. This chocolate gel eyeliner, still have not used it. It got put back in there and it hides from me. So I'm going to sit this out like I did those Pat McGrath Essences, where I have to sit it out, and then that way I know it's in my face and I can see it. That's what this one has to be, in my face, so I can see it. All right. So I told you guys about the foundation that I'm going to be reusing. So let's go on to my bronzers. The Skin Bronzing and Soft Revenge is here now. I've only used these a couple of times, you guys. These one, I kind of slowed down on these, even though these are creams and I do want to finish these up. That was I want to hit pan on those. And these two I wanted to finish up. So this is what I've been focusing on, was this Makeup Forever Bronze Fusion bronzer. This is the one that I had to put back together. Still working on it. It's still there, but it's getting smaller. And then the Bobbi Brown one in the shade Deep 4. The ring is getting bigger, so that is very exciting. And then moving on to the blush here in Warm Honey for Cover Effects. That hole has gotten bigger, so I'm not repressing that one. It still comes out pretty good. And then this Natasha Denona, let's see here, the Bloom palette. I've used this one in no time this month, so no more usage out of that one. You know what, I'm lying, because I use this here. So I used this once. I didn't mark it down, so I'm glad. Hold on, nope, that's I was saying the wrong palette while I was holding it up. That's what's confusing. I'm like, I did use that one at least one time. It's the Bloom palette I should have been showing you. This one I have not used once. But the pink one, that's the Love Glow, I did use the one time. So Bloom is still at 5. Natasha Denona Love Glow is at 3. And then the tan palette, I've used an additional 2 times. So this one is at number 8 now. And then my powders, the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I've been using this quite a bit as well, but not as much as my Chanel one. The Chanel one is here now. So you can see it's going down quite a bit. So doing good progress on all those items. Super excited about that. Highlighters, this one is still the same, not enough to remark it, so I'm leaving it there. That's it's still about the same. And the Say one, same. It's not enough to change it. All right, and then the lip gloss in Love Child from MAC has moved down a little bit, so got some usage out of that one. This one is still barely hanging on, this lipstick here. It's almost gone. The one from Sephora, the other one from Sephora. I've used a couple of more times. Oh my goodness. Guys, looky here. Something happened to it. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, this one, for some reason, has done something crazy in there, and I'm not digging that out, so I'm going to trash that one. So this one is getting removed. It was getting close down anyways, but I don't know. I think I took this with me in my purse and didn't open it. It might have got too overheated. So that one is going to go in the trash. All right, and this is Rebel. Rebel has been used a few more times as well, and that's where it is right now. And then we have Verve. Verve has been used quite a bit as well, and that's where it is right now. I forgot to mention about my Kapari, my sunscreen here. That's where it is right now. And then my tint, I've only used this once. So this Daily Defense tint only got used once, so it ain't worth marking right now. But that is my progress. That is my update number 3 on how I've been doing with this project. Like you guys, I told you, I'm adding the foundation to here. I had a couple of empties, so I'm excited about that. And I will continue to work through these items. And I'm going to reevaluate this at the 6-month mark to see if I want to make any adjustments to any of the items. But once we get there, I'll let you know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.